revelation. A moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus.
I'd like to believe that what we do at MSROW is different from everybody else. We try to buy the very best of the best.
Russia has accepted the Black Jesus because Jesus, white Jesus and Jesus, that's how it should be.
So many talks, turbulent reactions, outragings, and all kinds of activities in relation to the recent
Oh boy, I hope Republicans don't hear this.
To the world by the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, hasn't died down just yet. As a matter of fact, the commotion continues steadily on the rise.
You remember that yesterday I gave you a video about one Dr. Kihuran Kuba, who is a Ugandan scholar specializing in classical African history. He spoke and said that one thing that the white person did when they colonized Africa is that they also colonized information. And that really shows that much of the information that you were fed was whitewashed and made to align with the desires that the white person had at that time.
Including Jesus. So a lot of these biblical paintings and images were destroyed during the Renaissance time. There were museums that were able to preserve these images. One of them was in Russia. So Putin recently decided that he was going to open the vault and expose all of the images. A lot of people are surprised that the images are of darker complexion people. Well, archaeologists and painters from all around the world have come together to confirm that the paint on these biblical images or paintings is the original paint, and it is not lighter paint that has oxidized over time. And a lot of people are in question of this because of the images that have been and are currently being depicted of biblical figures, which does not align with the ancient images.
Just the thought alone that a white man opened up the vault and let everyone see this, but people are still mad. Why would you be mad? You should be happy. Remember, this is chess, not checkers. Putin did this because 2024, the Black Anunnaki is about to return and their time is up. So they was thinking, hey, if we could get some black people on our side, maybe the Anunnaki.
You can really see that Russia has been holding a lot of important information for the world. And I guess this is why some of the Western nations do not find any common ground that they can share with Russia. Because Russia is out to liberate the world. It is out there to share true information. Because true liberation can only come when we have true and factual information.
News of the unveiling has been a great shocker to the entire globe, as the display of these black biblical icons in their unrivaled authenticity did not only challenge long-held mistruths and wrong beliefs which has been adopted for centuries now, but it did shake down the very firmly forged roots of religious falsehoods, which obviously has been conspiratorially championed for as long as any one of us can remember today. It's only been days now, the 23rd of this month of March, 2024, since the Russian President Vladimir
Everything
Putin
that
addressed
goes
the
to the
nation in
top
Moscow.
will fall to the
In a
bottom.
resounding video, the passionate president has
We're all
been
black.
shown sitting at a table and opening a triptych.
I don't know why
Here,
people don't know.
a narrator had said,
Today, Vladimir Putin reveals to the world a secret that Europeans have been hiding from Africans for more than a millennium. That the person of the name, Jesus, was black.
as some of us should already have known. When the European Renaissance happened, all the global images were seized and whitewashed by Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci.
I figured.
It's crucified the highest order of heroism, the highest
highest order of sacrifice, the highest order of saintliness.
These are the pieces that for centuries were anchors for spirituality in Russia. Icons installed magnificently in churches, privately in homes, and even quietly on soldiers' lapels. They are considered a pathway to prayer.
You'd approach the icon and you will see something that is expected to be seen. You don't want to be surprised. And that familiarity leads you to a contemplative prayer state that is very spiritual to the believer.
Icons dating back to the 14th century brought together from private collections across Russia.
It's very beautiful. It gives you goose pimples. It's a remarkable exhibition.
It's an exhibition which feeds the senses. Everything is so grey outside at the moment, and here suddenly it's a feast for the eyes.
And it's a feast that marks 100 years since religious icons started to be recognised as works of art. Before then, they were mainly viewed as religious objects, often left blackened over the centuries by the passage of time and added layers of paint.
When we learned how to remove the dark layers, we discovered underneath an overwhelming...
And just hold on a second, did you hear that? Let us hear that part again.
When we learned how to remove the dark layers, we discovered underneath an overwhelming...
Did you hear that? Now let us take it a little slower this time to be sure.
When we learned how to remove the dark layers, we discovered underneath an overwhelming...
That's the part. The images were whitewashed. And then the other old images were hidden in vaults all over Europe and Russia, and they all agreed to keep the old images a secret amongst them. But that secret is what is being gradually exposed this day by Putin, of which there are those who thinks of the act as a form of warfare, seeing as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, is on the verge of nuking his country. And so he's had to reveal that the Christ and Mary were black people, and he has all the images. About 1,700 pictures to prove. There's been all kinds of speculation which continues to mount since the offshoot of this incident. But the basis of what stands now for Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation is this. From now on, like he has announced a few days ago, Russia only worships Black Jesus. Let's listen attentively to the speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today, сегодня, we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that really